everyone. Welcome to the Doctor's Clinic with Doc Fizz and Friends every Tuesday at noon Eastern Time. As we're going through the call today, please give us some thumbs up, some hearts. You know, that helps us be encouraged to come back next Tuesday.
That's right.
Go ahead and post any questions you have, and Doc or I will answer them later after the call. And welcome to the call.
Hey, thanks for being with us, Andrea.
Thank you, Dr. Kurt Fisnick, and we appreciate you being here every week.
Oh, thank you. You know, I really enjoy doing this call. I look forward to it every week.
I do too.
You know, it's a call that we get to decide what we want to talk about. There's no agenda, and it's just whatever we want to talk about.
Right. We have some pretty cool stuff that we talk about.
Yeah, and most of the time, you know, what's interesting is that, you know, we don't script anything. In fact, usually like today, we're deciding on the subject matter less than an hour before the call.
I know you love that, don't you?
I do like that. I do like that. Hang on one second. Somebody said that I should put my computer up so it's up higher. There, so you're not looking in my nose. How's that?
Yeah, we don't want to look in your nose.
Is that better?
Yes.
You don't want to look in my nose. How come? There might be some cool stuff in there.
I doubt it.
I don't know. You just never know. How's that?
That's much better.
That's better? Excellent. Well, Andrea, you know, today you want to talk about, you know, kind of what makes Sisel products unique and what makes them the most powerful formulations on the planet. And I thought, what a great subject idea.
Right. You know, there's so many people out there who are very interested in like biohacking their body with the best ingredients, you know, or optimizing their health. And I thought it would be good for us to share just how, oh, we lost you, but it would be good to share how, you know, unique our products are compared to anything else on the market.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're watching your screen right now. Do you see how I'm sharing? Can you see the share?
Yes, I see Sisel ripped.
Yeah. You know, so I thought I'll pull up the Sisel website so everybody can see the different products as we talk about them. So Sisel Ripped is a great product, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I love the fact that, you know, somebody has gone to the effort to create a blend of amino acids that will actually grow muscle on you, even if you have a pretty sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's important. We've learned that over this past year, how important maintaining muscle is to general health and brain function.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, Andrea, when I went to that seminar, that anti-aging seminar down in Florida a couple of years ago, they were talking about the fact that if you could keep your skeletal muscle strong where you're tearing it down, rebuilding it, tearing it down, rebuilding it, they actually found that it helps to prevent Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so that same science went into this product.
Yep. And it's all like patented and everything. So
yeah.
Very unique product to the market.
It's based on a ratio of essential amino acids for mass and growth and strength. And as we were saying, you know, I mean, if you can keep your muscles strong, the studies out there show that you can help lower your risk of dementia and degeneration of the brain.
Right. You know, I had 3 of those last Sunday. I was out building a big old 30-foot long raised bed planter, and I just love the taste. I don't do anything typically other than something healthy and water. I don't drink soda pop or juices or anything like that. So, because I'm trying to limit my sugar intake, but Sisel Ripped, I drank that stuff all day and enjoyed every single one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's millions of dollars that have gone into the research behind this product. There's 24 human studies. You know, Andrea, I like sharing that with people because, it's human studies,
Right.
not not done on lab rats or any lab animals, anything like that. These are actually human studies. So um, that's cool. It was actually some of the research was funded by the National Institutes of Aging.
That's really cool. It makes our product very unique and very worth taking.
That's right. And like you said, patented. There's a patent number, 9,364,463. That's the patent number for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what a great product. It's called Sizzle Rip. What product did you want to talk about next, Andrea?
Well, my favorite is the H pill. Let's go
Let's
there.
let's go to the H pill. Hang on one second. It's right here. There you go. So the age pill. And you can see here in this photo, not just a girl, but her dog. I give it to my
That's
dog,
amazing.
Chewy.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, Chewy. Chewy gets his age pill every morning.
Yep. Lots
You
of
know,
people give their dogs the H pill.
yeah. And people will say to me, they say, well, how do you give it to your dog? Sometimes I roll it up in cheese and I give it to him that way. Sometimes I put it with steak. But most of the time I mix it with milk.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Yeah. He loves having his glass of milk in the morning. And so I dump the H pill in there. And Andrea, some people say, well, you're losing some of the potency, some of the strength. Yeah, a little bit, but it's a lot easier to give it to my dog that way.
Right.
And so if you have somebody that has a hard time taking pills, yeah, you're going to lose a little bit of potency, but not that much. Not that much. If you don't eat any food along with it and you take it, right away with the milk, you're not going to lose that much. In
Right. And
fact,
this formulation that Sisel presents to the world is unlike any other formulation based on research for anti-aging out there. Not only that, but it's been reformulated 5 times in the last, not even 24 months,
yeah,
because Sisel keeps doing more research and discovering new ways to make it even more potent. And I heard it's going to come out for a 6th edition here pretty soon.
yeah, yeah. And compared to anything else, I can't sit here and say, I can't make claims about other people's products. I've never tested them. But we know that based on the formulation that Tom has made, last week he did a call for us. Wasn't that cool to find out what he's put in it?
Yeah, that was great. And, he covered all the history and a lot of the background of research on the H pill.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's been working on this formulation for 30 years?
Right. Based on his acquired knowledge.
Yeah.
And then, if anybody missed that call, they could contact the person who shared this video with them and they could get a copy of that.
Yeah, you know what I'll do, Andrea? When we get done here, I'll post a copy of that recording on the doctor's clinic page here, along with this recording.
That's a great idea.
That way, people can look at that. But man, I'll tell you what, isn't it amazing how you look at people who have been on the age pill and they not only act younger, but most of the times don't they look younger?
Oh yeah. Case in point, when we met with some friends for a little get together in Detroit about 14 days ago, we saw somebody that we hadn't seen. You hadn't seen him in about a year. And when he walked through the door, you said he looked like he was 10, 15 years younger, and he has a major health challenge.
Oh, it was fun seeing Mike. I mean, honest to God, Andrea, he looks 15 years younger just in the last year. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to look younger and feel younger? And so, you want to talk a little bit about how the age pill works?
Sure, I can do that. So based on 20 years of research in the anti-aging field, which I didn't know there was a whole anti-aging field out there before, a couple of years ago. And So I was really excited to learn about that information, but based on the research, the ingredients, which are plant-based natural substances, you could think of them as food really, come together and they remove glycation from the body. And glycation is a buildup of like this crusty material on the proteins in your cells, which inhibits correct function and stuff. And so it actually just cleans them off, just like if you had a frying pan full of crusty, greasy stuff from cooking, and you know, took your pad and washed it all off. That's kind of how that works. And then your cells function better. Also, there's another byproduct of our cells doing their function, which is called lipofuscin. And it's kind of a waste product in the cell. And as we age, we have less ability to remove that completely from our cells. So it kind of gunks our cells up there too. So it works on that. So it's cleaning those cells up, along with providing the substances for increased energy and support of the mitochondria in the cells. So you get a lot more energy and your cells are functioning correctly. So it just starts to reverse that decay and degeneration process in the cells. And the results are that you're basically restoring just about every system in your body.
Mm-hmm. You bet. Yeah, like Andrea was just saying, it removes glycation, which is the byproduct of burning sugar as energy. It removes lipofuscin, which is the result of burning fat as energy. And then it increases the energy by helping to produce more ATP.
Right.
And
we have even young people taking us are reporting just high levels of energy from it. And not to mention, they're preventing decay and degeneration in their body.
well, I think this is a good spot maybe to talk about stem cells a little bit, just kind of sum up what stem cells are. And I'll just say, Andrea, stem cells are the repair cells in your body. They're the repair and replacement cells. When you've got damaged cells, say you go and you injure a shoulder, what fixes your shoulder? Well, it's the stem cells, and so these stem cells come in, they repair the damaged cells if they can repair them. If they can't repair them, they replace them. And what happens is that when you're about 20 years old, you have one stem cell for every 10,000 cells. When you're 50, you have one stem cell for every 500,000 cells, approximately. And when you're 80, you have one stem cell for every 2 million cells in your body. So you really want to optimize that stem cell activity if you possibly can.
Yeah, and like at my age, I'm about down to 5%. So I really want to support the stem cells I have left.
That's right. And it's going to make you so that you feel younger. And yeah, what a great product. This might be a good time because it kind of fits in the same category. I know you wanted to talk. You get pretty excited about the new product that Tom's coming out with, the Bomb. And the Bomb. Let's just kind of tease people a little bit about what we know about this product.
All right. Well, we know it gets rid of zombie cells.
What's a zombie cell?
Well, it's kind of a slang word for, and it's used in the medical, like all the stuff I read about senolytic cells on the internet. They're just also called zombie cells. So think of zombies. Zombies go around destroying things, right? So senolytic cells are cells that are kind of supposed to die off in the body, but they're hanging on for dear life there. And what they do is release toxins from themselves, and it affects the cells around them. And so all the more recent research in the anti-aging field, like from that guru, I can't ever, Aubrey de Grey,
yeah.
He talks about, these toxins are inhibiting the health of the body, and to optimize the body, we need to kill them off, basically.
Yeah. What do you see on the screen there? Did my screen, it just went...
I see Google Chrome critical error.
Yeah, something happened here. Hang on one second. I'm going to shut this off.
We probably talked about zombie cells.
And all of a sudden it went there, right?
Right.
All right. So, all right. Can you still see me? Now you can see the regular
I
screen.
can see you now. Yep.
Okay. Hang on 1 second here. Yeah, the senolytic cells, they're interesting, aren't they?
Yeah. So who knew we had those? I didn't. I'd never heard of them before. Tom started talking about, what the DBOMB, D''BOMB would do. And so according to Aubrey de Grey, if you kill off these senolytic cells, up to the research they understand at this point, that would be kind of the latest frontier of reversing decay and degeneration and optimizing the body.
Yeah. All right. I can't share the screen. That error message keeps popping up.
Okay. Well, I see you live, so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just go this way. It's interesting, Andrea, when we started looking at some of this research that Tom's been working on for the last 30 years, and like you were saying on that call last week, he's got this idea that if he can help us all live to be 120 years old, that would be very cool. I know that's his goal in his own life.
Yeah, and as we say that, some people might think how I used to think, that why in the world would I want to live to be 120? Because everybody kind of starts falling apart and living in pain and stuff at 75 to 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not talking about living longer just to live longer. We're talking about optimizing our health span, which is different than your lifespan. It's like how long you stay healthy. So we're talking about optimizing that so you stay healthier longer. So like what people normally would experience at 75 and 80, we're hoping to not experience until we're well over 100.
Right.
And I just like at my age, I have so many ideas of things I would love to do. If I knew I had another 40 years to live, I might go start doing something new,
Yeah. Like what? What are you thinking about?
Oh, there's so many things I would love to be that I haven't been yet.
Yeah.
An interior designer, a master gardener, an architect. I mean, it's unlimiting when you think you have 120 years, like 60 is like 30.
Yeah. That's what they're saying too, is that a lot of people, now that they're realizing that they're going to live to be, 80 to 100 years old, they're going back to school and they're getting a degree in something that they always want to do. Like you're talking about architecture,
Right.
you can go back to school because you're not doing it because you need to do it to make a living. You're doing it because you want to have fun and do some of those things that you have interest in.
Just the desire to do the things you want to do. And
That's
you
right.
have the energy and the health to do it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So this product, combine the age pill with the bomb, the new product that Tom's coming out with. It's really going to be great because now you can remove those old dead dying cells, get them out of the way, so that the new healthy cells can replace them.
That's right.
That's just a really simple way to talk about it.
We have that other product, TSX, which supports telomeres.
That's right. You can see that over. Do you see the screen right now? I'm doing a screen.
Yeah, I see the product picture.
Yeah. So over on the lower right-hand corner there's that bottle of TSX. And, Andrea, this was the product that actually got me to join Sisel.
Yeah, I've heard you say that before.
Yeah. I had just learned about telomeres, and I was learning about telomere enhancement and how telomeres are so important. And quite simply, we're not going to get into the science. We don't need to train you on how to be a scientist. But the thing about the telomeres, it's the fuse on the end of your cells, and what it does is it tells your cell how long it can live. It's a built-in expiration date.
Yeah.
And what happens is that, again, like stem cells, you start out life with a lot of them. And then when you get older, you have fewer of these I guess these nucleotides, right? Yeah, the length
Yeah,
of
it
your fuse
shortens.
gets shorter, and so it's like you're burning the fuse up. And so, how'd you like to have a product that can add more fuse to the end of your fuse?
Yeah, that's great. I do have that product.
That's right. I just ordered 6 more bottles the other day.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a great product. I started taking my own testimonial on this, Andrea. I started taking it, and then 30 days later, I went and got my hair cut. And the girl that was cutting my hair, she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm getting my hair cut." And and then she said, "No, no." She said, "You're doing something. Your hair is growing back." And over a short period of time, the back of my head that had been going bald, I grew some of the hair back there.
Right?
And it's not, I've never had thick hair, but it came back and it filled in the bald spot.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah. Plus my hair color went back to normal. And you were pointing out, I didn't even notice until you pointed out. You can see the colors coming back in my beard.
Yeah, we noticed that on a call you did recently, and I went, he must have some dirt on his beard or something."
Yeah. I even thought it was dirt when I went and looked at the video.
And then I watched videos from like previous in the month, and I went, "No, it was there then too." So,
Mm-hmm. But you know what what I find is funny is that, you know, you go to the, like I've gone and I've asked a girl who cuts my hair, "Hey, can you get rid of some of the gray in my beard?" And she said, "No, not really."
but you are now.
Right? That's really cool. That's really cool. So
You and many
another,
other hundreds of people.
yeah, so another great product. And Andrea, 2009 Nobel Prize was given to the scientists that did the work on the ingredients that are in the product. We can't say that it's research on our product. We can't say we have a Nobel Prize product, but we can point to the research, and the research that was done on a cycloastragalol and on the astragalosides. And what we can say is that our product contains enough of these particular ingredients that it actually can make a difference.
Right. And you can't go in a big box store and buy this
Why not?
because they don't carry it. And if they put it on their shelf, nobody would know what it does anyway.
That's right. That's right. I do have to say there's a discount vitamin store that you see online, and they came out with a product, and they said, "Oh, our product does the same thing. We contain the same ingredients." And I went and looked at their ingredient list, Andrea, and guess what?
I would imagine that Sisel outperforms them by just, I don't know how many times.
Yeah. So what they do, their science behind their product is they don't have the extract from the plant, from the astragalus. What they use is they use the whole astragalus plant.
Oh,
And
well, we know extracts are much more potent.
yeah, if you take the concentrates and you put the concentrate in there, the concentrate, the extract that does the work, you're going to have a lot more powerful product than if you take just the whole plant. In fact, Tom has told me that when you take a look at astragalol, you have to have 12,000 pounds just to yield 1 kilo of the extract.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so 1 kilo of the extract sells for $84,000.
Wow.
Yeah, no wonder these other companies, these cheapo companies, they don't put the real stuff in there because it's too expensive.
Right. And, we're talking about the formulations that Sisel makes. And, one reason you and I both work with Sisel is that they use quality product or substances that are actually quarantined when they come in the warehouse, and they're retested in Sisel's labs to make sure they meet the standards of Sisel. If they don't, they send them back.
That's right. Here's another great product. It's called For Restore. Do you take that one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great product. It uses ingredients to boost the nitric oxide level. And we've talked about nitric oxide here on the call before. Very important, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're somebody that likes to work out, if you're somebody that likes to stay healthy, this is just a great product, because what it'll do is it increases the amount of the nitric oxide. And like it says here on this page, it's known as a miracle molecule. And there's a few of them, isn't there? We'll talk about another product that has a miracle molecule.
Right.
But it keeps the arteries young and flexible, and it prevents from getting that plaque buildup. And you know, Andrea, they're saying that they're finding plaque in the arteries of 20-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and then of course it helps with libido, right? Who couldn't use help with libido?
I don't know about that.
Right on. Okay. But just a great product. Again, like we said, it helps with the nitric oxide levels. When was the Nobel Prize for the science behind the nitric oxide?
Wasn't that like in 1992 or something like that?
98. 98. Yeah. Yeah. So great product. I started taking this. And again, I've used a lot of the products, Andrea, and I used them because, you know, I was worried about different things with my health. And so I started using the 4Restore because my blood pressure is getting elevated a little bit, and I wanted to lower that. So I started using the 4Restore for that. And I can honestly say that I saw a healthier blood pressure. I can't say, well, it lowered my blood pressure, but after I started taking it, you know, I saw that my blood pressure was in a healthier range.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so many people have that issue.
That's right. I mean, I bet half of adults have blood pressure problems.
Right. And you know, what is it, the L-arginine in there that like kind of melts the plaque away?
L-arginine, and then he uses some beet juice, which converts to L-arginine. And what they do is they formulate in your body. L-arginine is a unique amino acid that helps to make the nitric oxide.
Yes.
Yeah. So here's another product that I know you love, the H2. H2. What have you noticed since you started taking this?
Basically, you know, I just, and it's such a vague statement, but when I take that, it just feels like my intestines are really happy. So I think it removes inflammation from the body.
It does, yeah. It helps by reducing the free radical damage, and so like it says here, it neutralizes free radicals. And how does it do that? You remember the little bit of the science behind that?
Well, sure. We have really bad hydroxyl free radicals in our system from toxins and environment and things like that. And they have a extended arm on them that isn't complete in their electrons. And so it goes around swiping good stuff out of your good cells to complete itself, causing destruction and oxidative stress on your body. And what happens when you take in the diatomic hydrogen from the H2 sticks is the hydrogen immediately locks onto those arms and instantly turns that really bad hydroxyl free radical into water.
That's right. You know, and just for you folks that don't know what the hydroxyl free radical is, like Andrea is saying, think of it like having a cell in your body, a toxin. And what makes it toxic is it's got this hydroxyl, which chemically it's OH, oxygen and hydrogen. So you have oxygen and hydrogen, right? So it's not complete, like Andrea said, it's not complete. And so it's looking for a way to steal an electron to complete itself. And that's because it's trying to make itself a neutral molecule with a neutral charge. So it'll go steal an electron from one of your healthy cells. And when it does that, that's what creates a free radical. And when we take hydrogen and we combine H, because that's the chemical formula for hydrogen, and we take H and we combine it with OH, guess what we get? We get H2O. HOH. That's H2O. And we know that's water.
You know, and the other thing about this product, Doc, it's kind of like you just have to have faith in the research. And there's a ton of research on it. Like it used to be not researched very much, but now there's just like a ton of research on taking free hydrogen like that and drinking hydrogen water. And so we've put out, you know, before on calls and other ways, a total list of 27 different ways that intaking that hydrogen is going to benefit the body's systems, like from preventing dementia, supporting the body against Parkinson's, supporting the lungs, supporting eyesight, supporting hearing. I mean, there's just like the list goes on and on. Basically, hydrogen is the element of life, right?
It
You're
is.
putting that in your body, and it's having a great effect on every system in your body. So instead of drinking soda pop or whatever, you know, drink down a glass of hydrogen every day. And what makes it different for the H2 sticks from anybody else's way of creating hydrogen water, even if it's a $2,500 machine that will create it, is that the most that those other products or a machine that costs that much can make is about 1.5 parts per million. Our H2 sticks product is testing at 15 to 18 parts per million.
Holy
so
cow.
You're getting a ton more hydrogen in your body.
That's right. A ton more hydrogen. Wow. And like Andrea said, how important is that? And so, you know, and people do ask, you know, when you said trust the science, I think after people actually get to know who the Mowers are, Tom Sr. and Tom Jr., they start to realize that they're not just saying, you know, they're not just casually making remarks about these products being superior. They really are.
They really are.
Yeah. So here's another great product. It's called Fucoidan.
I love Fucoidan.
Yeah. It's a great product, isn't it?
It is. There's so many benefits to taking Fucoidan. Two of the main benefits is elimination of inflammation, and the other is it immensely boosts the power of your immune system.
That's right. That's right. And like you were talking about earlier with hydrogen water, your guts just feel better. And this also supports the digestive system by getting rid of inflammation, helping with that inflammation.
Right.
So,
And I noticed that, like, that was one of the first products I started taking a little over 2 years ago. And I noticed right away that I felt like, you know, the inflammation had left my whole digestive system from taking it.
that's right. You know, and I use this product with people that have autoimmune disorders as well.
Right. It has some really unique properties to it.
Yeah, you know, as a physician, I get to work with a lot of people with chronic health problems, and so I'll use Fucoidan with them, and it really makes a huge difference. I haven't found anything else that can get rid of the inflammation in the digestive system any faster than this, and it's really good. And then, you know, it uses a molecule that comes from the ocean.
Right. Brown seaweed.
Brown seaweed, yeah, and so it's pretty cool when you have a product that can do that. And over in Japan, they actually use it in some of their cancer treatment centers.
Yeah, I heard that. I
Yeah.
also heard that our product, because we do have several people using our products in Japan, has somehow reached the universities, and they've tested our product against what they normally take in Japan. And our product is much more potent.
That's right, more potent, and it works. Yeah, a thousand plus scientific studies on the extract from brown seaweed.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I go on to PubMed sometimes and look these things up, and one thing I saw in there is that it actually supports the gut biome.
Yeah. Well, if you get rid of the inflammation, you tighten up those junctions between the cells. It's going to make it so that the biome, the healthy bacteria, can grow healthier than if you don't work with it. Here's another product too. It's called Eternity.
The resveratrol supplement.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, and we've all heard all heard Bill DeFalco's testimonial on how he was able to change his whole cardiovascular profile. It probably, by adding Eternity to his life, it's probably kept him alive, hasn't it? That's his story.
Yeah, isn't it that it repairs DNA damage?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and healthy cardiovascular function.
Awesome.
Yeah. So here I'm trying to move things around on my screen so we can read this a little bit better. But you know, they found that resveratrol is it comes from red grapes. Do you remember when all of a sudden they said, oh, the sale of red wine it's going to go way up because they found that resveratrol was so healthy, and so they just automatically assumed that there was enough in red wine to make it so that it was healthy.
Right. You'd have to drink like 900 glasses of wine or bottles of wine to get a really good effect from it, because that's not in an extract form.
That's right. I mean, here on the page, on the page with it, it says it's 720 glasses of red wine to equal 1 serving of Eternity.
How about that? And a serving is like a little bit less than an ounce.
Wow. Crazy, isn't it? And I don't remember what year the Nobel Prize was given to the scientists on this, but yeah, when they discovered that it helps with anti-aging. Who was that scientist? We can't mention his name, but it starts with David and it ends with Sinclair.
Right.
And he did
From that institute we can't mention, which starts with an H and ends with a D.
Right. Yeah, and it sounds kind of like Barvard, except it's with an H, right?
Right.
But we can't say that. You know, and they did some science behind the resveratrol, and they found that it really, really honestly worked. And they bought up all of Dr. Sinclair's work on it, and they thought that they found the anti-aging miracle. And
right.
it really is a great product. I've used it with people with some serious health conditions, and we've seen some great results with it.
Yes.
You know, people getting healthier. We can't make any medical claims. You know, that's the same thing with all the products, Andrea. We should add that here, is that we can't make any medical claims on our product because we've never actually done medical studies on our products. We're not a medical research laboratory. What we are is we look up the research and we study the research, and then we use that research to develop these great products.
Right. And we have, and on top of that, we have what people are getting in results.
Yeah. And the results, they really speak for themselves, don't they?
They do.
Here's another one. This is, I want to mention this one because it kind of falls in the same category as the last two we were talking about with the Fucoidan and the Eternity. It's called SpectrumAct. And SpectrumAct is another great product. It's got 74 trace minerals. It's got 40 antioxidants. And, the importance of having all of the essential trace minerals. Number one, when you say essential, it means you need them.
Right.
And when it says trace, it means you don't need much.
Right.
Essential trace minerals. So it says that we need to have them, but we don't need to have much of them. And so when we're looking at it, Andrea, like if you're looking at a tree grown outside, have you ever wondered how does the tree actually get the minerals up out of the ground?
Through the roots.
Through the roots, because the roots emit something called fulvic acid.
Right.
And the fulvic acid dissolves the minerals in the soil, and that's how it builds the tree. When you look at a plant growing, not just trees, but any plant. And so the scientists have found that in order for us to absorb the minerals that we need, these 74 trace essential minerals, we also need fulvic acid.
And we have it in Spectrumax.
We have it in the product. I mean, and so you take a look at this. Look at these changes. You know, this is just in broccoli. They're talking about just broccoli. Calcium levels dropped by 54%. Iron levels down by 33%. Vitamin A, 75% from 1975 to 2010.
How about that?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's what people like to say is, oh, I just eat really healthy. I get all my nutrients from my food. Well, we don't get all our nutrients from our food anymore.
We don't. No. I mean, just look at this. I mean, this is just broccoli. This is in from 1975 to 2010. Look at how all those vitamins dropped by a huge percentage. Huge.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you think about all the other vegetables and even the wheat and things like that. It just doesn't contain what we want it to contain anymore. So this is a really, really important part. It should be part of every single person's diet. You know, Andrea, are there any products that are listed here that you just wouldn't want to take?
Absolutely not. I would like to take every single one of them.
Yeah. I think we should talk about this one last product. I know we've gone overtime by a little bit, but I really want to talk about this one. And part of it is because I don't think it's one of our, like, it's not one of our products that we showcase, but I really like it. It's called Body Shield. And you know what I like about Body Shield? It contains another one of these miracle molecules that we were just talking about with the Spectrumax, and that's the fulvic acid. And you know, we talked about that fulvic acid helps to move the minerals into the cells. But as it's moving the minerals into the cells, fulvates also work to pull it pulls the toxins out, and so they're considered to be super scavengers.
Awesome.
Yeah. So organic fulvates, like it says here in this page, it's considered another one of those miracle molecules.
Right. And this helps with if you've been exposed to radiation, which we've all been exposed to radiation now. So it helps with that.
It really does. Yeah. So I use this one. I like to use it along with the digestive system products, you know, the Balance D, because I find that it helps for all purposes that I've found, it helps with that. Helps with the thyroid. It helps with the immune system. What a great product.
Right.
Yeah. You know, and so, you know, folks, for those of you that aren't familiar with Sisel and you're listening to the call right now, you might be thinking, holy cow, these guys are just promoting the heck out of all these products. And you know, I don't know. I mean, wouldn't you say that there really isn't any other products like what we have, is there?
No, and that's why we wanted to do this today instead of our normal, you know, health topic or, you know, body function kind of stuff, is that, you know, people really need to understand that Sisel does all the research. They have their own labs. They're headed by biochemists, and they're creating these unique, wonderful formulas that are designed to perform.
Yeah. Yeah. And Tom's got a lot of science. I don't know how many hundreds of patents he has on different products.
400.
Yeah. And you know, he's just he's considered to be an icon in the industry. And he's taken on some of the giants. I mean, he was actually involved in a lawsuit out in California where they were trying to sue him because he was talking about coming out with safe shampoo and safe products way back in the 80s, and all the other companies that were making toxic products, they actually tried to sue him.
Yeah, of course. They didn't want the competition.
That's right. And so they really came out with some stuff, but he's the whole thing is just crazy, isn't it?
Well, it's wonderful is what it is. And, you know, for people watching today who you saw this on some friend's Facebook page or you happen to run across it on YouTube, you know, get back with the person who shared it and just ask them to look at their website, you know,
That's right.
or if there's one particular product that you're interested in, we have actual information videos on just about everything. So
That's
if
right.
there's something that, you know, really jumped out at you, like you'd like more information on that particular product, just get back with that person and ask them for a video that would explain, you know, all the different benefits or features of that particular formulation.
Mm-hmm. You bet. Well, Andrea, I guess we've used up a little bit of extra time today, and
Yeah, but it was good.
thanks for being here. And what a great subject. You had a great idea this morning. And you know, folks, if you have any ideas of anything that you'd like us to cover on the doctor's call, you always feel free to instant message me or Andrea, and we'd be sure to help you out.
Okay,
I'll let you close out the call. Thank you.
We'll see you later.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.